Now at 11, Central Virginia under floodwaters. Roads closed, residents stuck in their homes, drivers trapped.
I've seen it go over. I've never seen a car buried up to its roof.
And a busy Richmond overpass sitting on unstable ground. Plus, a teen opens fire on classmates.
I was scared for my life. Nobody should go through this. Nobody should be able to feel that in school.
New details on the boy who pulled the trigger.
All the top stories and your Storm Tracker 8 weather in the first 8 minutes. 8 News starts now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Christina Ferrick. The rain is still coming down tonight, causing severe flooding across Central Virginia. Take a look at this. It looks like a lake, but it's actually a family's driveway. This is in Chesterfield, and they cannot leave their home. Meanwhile, in Richmond, concerns tonight about an overpass where the ground is eroding. Is it safe? We'll tell you. Plus, folks in Hanover, they can't drive over this road. The rain and the flooding, they have broken it completely in half. Storm Tracker 8 has team coverage tonight across Central Virginia. Let's go to Storm Tracker 8 Chief Meteorologist John Bernier.
And fortunately, Christina, like you, I'm one of the ones inside where it's nice and dry and not wet outside. We continue with a flood warning over the metro area until 1 a.m. tomorrow. You see the locations: Colonial Heights, Hopewell, Petersburg, Richmond. The good news is that the rain's abated for the time being down the southeast. The bad news is look at some of these rainfall totals over us here, up over 6 inches in a few spots across Central Virginia. It's been pretty wet out there. Now, east of us, little break in the rain. Here's another band coming out of Amelia, heading to Chesterfield County, and a line going right up along Hull Street, headed for us. More rain down to the south, more moisture coming our way as we go through the overnight hours. You see at midnight, a little break for us, but then we have a little more in the way of rain coming in the overnight hours, and it looks like another surge developing for tomorrow morning when you wake up bright and early to get your day going. Christina?
All right, John, a Chesterfield family living what they call a nightmare. They're trapped. The floodwaters have covered their driveway. Our 8 News reporter Aaron Thomas spoke with that family. He's live tonight with their story. Aaron?
Christina, the Rowe family tells me that they've been in this neighborhood for about 2 years, and they've never seen anything like this. All of this water. Now, this is also the first time I had to get extra creative to get you this story.
It's not a typical interview.
Can you hear me okay?
Mother Nature forced our crews to interview Ashley Rowe by phone. Massive floodwaters rushing through her driveway were too deep for us to get through.
It's flooded mildly a couple times, but this is the worst it's ever been.
Leaving her and her family with no way out.
I saw it when I came home from work this morning because I'm a nurse and I was working last night, so I had to walk across it.
Instead of driving through it.
It was like only so tiny.
On and off rainstorms throughout the week led to high waters, turning this creek into a river. And it's not the first time something like this happened on Bemis Court.
It's only been like above our ankles before. It's just crazy. I can't believe it. And I mean, I had to call out of work tonight.
Here's a look at how the driveway looks on a clear, sunny day. You can see where a creek runs through.
I just hope that it won't rain as hard and it'll eventually start receding.
Giving her a clear path to get in and out once again.
If I have to work, I'll get a hotel, or, I mean, we'll definitely make sure we're stocked up on groceries and whatnot.
Here's another look at these massive floodwaters coming through this family's driveway. Now, flooding on Bemis Court has happened before. The family tells me that they've been trapped for about a day before. Based on these conditions that you see, there's no word on how long they'll be stuck here. Reporting live in Chesterfield tonight, Aaron Thomas, 8 News.
All right, thanks, Aaron. Powerful waters causing serious damage to roads in Richmond, like this overpass. The rain is eating away at the structure underneath. Our Storm Tracker 8 reporter Sierra Fox is live at that overpass. That's at Chippenham and Huguenot Road. Sierra?
Yeah, Christina, it just started to downpour again, and that's what caused this. Check it out, it's erosion. The waters from the overpass above were so strong that it busted a crack on the bridge. Water flowed down and it caused this damage. People that saw it from their own backyard say it was scary.
It has been raining like crazy.
The rain has caused some serious damage. Here's video of Richmond crews on scene after street water rushed to the end of an overpass bridge and caused this erosion.
I thought, oh my gosh, we're just gonna watch the bridge just crumble away.
And you could hear this sucking sound where it sounded like, you know, like your foot stuck in mud.
Amy Wiggins, her husband, and neighbors got a ladder and watched the whole thing happen. They say they couldn't believe what they saw, pieces of the bridge falling down.
Pretty wild.
I've never encountered a bridge collapsing. Only things you only see on TV.
They were worried about the bridge shutting down or collapsing.
You can just see it keep opening it up, opening up.
Crews put sandbags on the bridge to stop running water from causing more damage, but residents are still being cautious.
I'm concerned with it. It looks like it's just starting, and I don't know how bad it's going to get before it stops.
I think we probably should get the canoe out soon. Start paddling downstream.
Yeah, she's right about getting a canoe out. I can see flood water flowing right here. And crews say they are going to be out here Monday morning to fix the wing wall because of the erosion. It opened up. But they do say the overpass is safe to drive on. Reporting live in Richmond, Sierra Fox, 8 News.
All right, Sierra, now take a look at this video. This is Hanover County. Greenwood Road closed after floodwaters eroded parts of it. Several people stranded in their homes here. A mile-long stretch of the road is blocked off. VDOT crews are working to make repairs, but that could take several days. Residents say this road is the only way in and out for some folks in the area.
This is a commuter road, so this is going to be impactful to everybody else living on Greenwood, as well as people who try to cut through here. This is going to be a problem for folks.
Mother Nature slammed this West End Rec Center, the Tuckahoe Village Rec Association. It is underwater. It's flooded so badly, it's hard to tell there's actually a swimming pool here. The building's a wreck too, according to the pool manager who peeked inside. The freezers are floating in water. He says the center was set to open next weekend, but now that's questionable.
And this is a community pool, and it takes a community to make it work. So again, that's my appeal. If anybody can help, please help us. I do not want to see this pool go under. It's underwater at the moment, but I don't want to see it go under.
Insurance will not cover the damage done by this flood, so the Rec Association needs help. We have information about a GoFundMe page. It's on our website, WRIC.com. In Chesterfield, flooding caused several roads to be closed. A large section of Otterdale Road, it's closed because of the overflowing water. Amateur storm chaser Cody Frazier says in the years that he's been doing this, he's never seen a road this flooded. Meanwhile, emergency workers are warning residents not to get too close to the floodwaters.
It's amazing to see what nature and what God can actually do.
You don't know how fast the waters are moving. You don't know how fast the rain is coming down and what problems could arise. So we just want to encourage everyone to be safe.
And it's important to stay out of the water because you have no idea what's in it. In Hanover County, water washed away parts of this bridge. This is Horseshoe Bridge Road. As water receded throughout the day, we found a truck. It was lodged underneath. Hanover Fire says nobody was inside when it was swept downstream. Neighbors tell 8 News the bridge was just rebuilt about 2 years ago, and now they'll be forced to take a longer route to get to nearby Ashland.
It usually takes about 15 minutes to get in town. Now I'll say it'll probably take us 35 minutes to get in town.
And this delivery person had to go over the bridge by foot today. Asphalt was also scattered around the woods after the water just tore it off. A Roanoke family is safe after their house was ripped off its foundation. The family actually had to crawl out of a hole in the wall. They were asleep last night when the mudslide took out their home. It was caused by the rain and construction that was being done on the house. 2 adults and a child, they were there. They were able to get out in time. Neighbors evacuated just in case.
You're looking up there and you're like, okay, it doesn't have that much further to come down, and we're right across from it.
Fire crews say the house is a total loss. Tonight they are staying with family members. Now, if you have a photo or video from these storms that you want to share with 8 News, send us an email, ireport8@WRIC.com, or reach out to us on Facebook and Twitter. Up next, a deadly school shooting in Texas. Police say a student opened fire on classmates, where he got that gun, and new video of that horrifying scene. Plus, an airplane crashes and burns just after takeoff. Dozens are dead. We'll have the latest details from Cuba. John?
All right, folks, you can see right here, flood watch through tomorrow. We have flood warnings down the side. I just added up all the numbers here, folks. These are the numbers the past 3 days here in Central Virginia. You might not see them well because they're out of the light. 7.33 inches the past 3 days over us. That's why we're having the flooding issues when the spigot shuts off. Coming up next.
8 News closed captioning is sponsored by the personal injury attorneys at Emrock and Kilduff. One call, that's all.
In Storm Tracker 8 tonight, we're keeping an eye on dangerous conditions. A giant tree is down here. This is Richmond Road. The tree took down power lines with it, and tonight dozens of people are in the dark. Meanwhile, kids were taking full advantage of the wet weather today. Morgan from Dinwiddie decided to practice his skimboarding in the front yard to get ready for summer. But this truck, not so lucky getting through the water. This is in Doswell. David says the road just dropped out from under him. It took them 4 hours to get that truck out. In other news tonight, at least 10 people are dead after a student allegedly opens fire at a high school in Santa Fe. We're told most of those killed are students.
The high school have an officer down, shooter not in custody.
That school went on lockdown after reports of shots fired on the campus this morning. Authorities arrested 17-year-old Demetrius Pagogis. He is being held on capital murder charges. Students say they first heard fire alarms, then gunfire.
Everybody just started running outside, and next thing you know, everybody looks, and you hear boom, boom, boom.
We need to do more than just pray for the victims and their families.
Authorities say they found bombs in the school and around it. Parents were waiting anxiously, hoping to find their children.
Finally, they were leading her out of the school. Thank God she's okay.
Authorities say the accused shooter used a shotgun and a .38 revolver, both belonging to his father. They say he owned them legally. Stay with 8 News on air and online for the latest information. More than 100 people are dead after a plane crashes. This is in Cuba. We're told 110 people were on board. 3 people are reportedly still alive, but in critical condition. Authorities say the plane went down shortly after takeoff. It crashed in a field and caught fire. That flight was operated by the Cuban state airline. Now back to our Storm Tracker 8 coverage. Flooding still a major concern tonight and tomorrow. Let's check back in at a Chesterfield home. The family's driveway completely impassable. Our Storm Tracker 8 reporter Aaron Thomas, he's live on Bemis Court. Aaron?
Christina, we're continuing to monitor conditions here in Chesterfield. Here's a look at some of that rushing water on someone's driveway. Now, the family who lives here says that they are forced to stay inside because they have no way of getting out. Now, we want to take you to some video that we shot earlier this evening. Certainly a lot of water too deep for even us to think about driving through. Ashley Rowe lives here and says that she walked through this water to get into her home after getting off of work. Now, she's 5'4" and says the water came up to her hips in years past. Water will come up to the ankles, but tonight these water levels are a lot more serious. Now, she and her family are doing okay tonight. She says that they have food and plan on finding ways to keep themselves occupied. This is the first time water levels rose this high in their 2 years of living here. Ms. Rose says that one concern she has is how emergency crews could get to her if something should happen at the home. The family is hoping all this rain comes to an end soon so that these flood waters drop. Now, we do want to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist John Bernier with a look at what we can expect in the next few days. John?
Well, eventually things are going to dry out here across central Virginia, but to show you how prodigious this rainfall has been in the past 3 days over us, take a $10 bill. Just think of that. $4 of that $10 is our rainfall that has fallen compared to the entire year in just the past 3 days over us. Look on the satellite photo. Moisture continues to stream over the area, although the good news is look down to the southwest. We're seeing things beginning to shut off a little bit over Georgia. It's only maybe another good band or two of rain coming our way in the next 24 hours, but still enough to where we are going to add to that 7.3+ inches of rain we've seen in the past 72 hours. Here's the rain marching northward over right now. Notice a little gap down in southeastern Virginia, a little gap in eastern North Carolina. So we're going to have a few breaks in the rainfall later tonight across the area. Close to home, here's the rain off to the west of us. We've been kind of, paying attention to anything here in Richmond, but out through Dillwyn, up through Palmyra, down around Farmville, there's been pretty hefty rainfall for you out there, causing some issues also. Here's the rain coming into the western part of Chesterfield County. We thought that this next band around midnight would be a little further to the west, and that's where it's located right now. Now, close to home, spotty rain over the city right now, but we still have that flood warning in effect until 1 a.m. over much of the metro area. It does go a little bit later, points off to the north, because all the heavy rainfall that we've had still going to have some issues in poor drainage areas out there. And you see a little bit quieter down towards DeWitt. All right, 65 degrees outside for us right now. The boundary slipped a little bit further to the south this evening. We're going to start off tomorrow around 66 degrees. Another Storm Tracker 8 weather alert day because of the potential for locally heavy rain. Some showers tomorrow morning, maybe a cloud or two at 8 a.m. Showers and a possible boomer in the afternoon as we warm up to around 80 degrees. Again, another inch in a few spots of rainfall possible over us here, but much less compared to the past several days. So here's the rain coming through tomorrow. A band comes by tomorrow afternoon. You notice a system coming in from the west tomorrow night. But we'll get into Sunday. We'll get to see a few peaks of sunshine here during the day. Sunday afternoon, just widely scattered showers and thunderstorms over us. But it's going to get toasty as the temperature climbs to 87 degrees. And then early next week, still the random risk of some showers and thunderstorms over the area. Your typical afternoon storms. But it's going to be hot, and with all that moisture around, it is going to be mighty muggy over us.
All right. Thank you, John. And don't forget, instead of Good Morning Richmond, tomorrow morning you can catch the Royal Wedding live right here on ABC 8. Coverage starts tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Natalie?
Coming up in sports, NFL stars join their friend Michael Robinson at the Main Street Station to raise money to Excel for Excellence charitable foundation. Hear why its annual growth is making a difference in the Richmond community. Next.
Later tonight on Nightline, the deadly Texas school shooting, 9 students and 1 teacher killed. Witnesses coming face to face with the gunman. Now a 17-year-old suspect taken alive. What he told police, the fears and explosive devices found at the scene.
It's the Idol 2-night finale event with incredible live superstar performances.
Oh yeah,
Caleb, Maddie, Gabby.
Are you ready? Who will be named American Idol?
The live finale event starts Sunday on ABC. 8 Sports is sponsored by the Haley Automotive Group.
Happy Friday, everyone. Natalie Calabat here with sports. The list of local athletes going pro and winning championships is fairly long. One of them is Michael Robinson. Like the others on that list, he's continued to give back to his hometown through various events. Tonight in Chaco Bottom, 8 Sports anchor Chip Riere attended his most popular star-studded fundraiser.
Here at Main Street Station, Brina High School graduate and former Super Bowl champion Michael Robinson is hosting the finest wine and dine in town with the help of some friends. Tonight's 4th annual Celebrity Waiter Experience raises funds for his Richmond-based foundation, Excel to Excellence, and has been a smash hit for sports fans in the River City.
You can see it in the growth of this event. We want to touch so many people in this community and across the state.
The roster of stars is blinding, from NFL Hall of Famer Franco Harris to Pro Bowler Richard Sherman.
I've been here for 5-6 years now, but just to see these kids, you know, who come from very humble beginnings, thanks to this program, have incredible aspirations.
Even local products Troy Daniels of VCU and Morgan Moses of Meadowbrook High School appreciate their chance to give back.
A lot of people look at, you know, athletes as gods or you know, like they're not human beings. We're all human. It's important to me to just show my face and go out into the community and be myself.
The laughs and memories created this evening lend Michael's support to build happiness and growth for Richmond's youth.
That's why we do it. We want to be able to affect whole schools, entire communities, and that's why we love it so much.
Chip Riere, 8 Sports.
The Tampa Bay Lightning have squared the series even with Washington Capitals in Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Capitals started with the series with a pair of road victories of the Tampa Bay Lightning last weekend. And if Washington is going to win the series, they're going to have to win at least one more inside Capital One. The Lightning finished a sweep of 2 games in the district, knotting the series at 2 apiece with a 4-2 Game 4 win. Barry Trotz, how are we feeling right now?
I look at it this way. We've played well in 3 or 4 games. And sometimes the road to where you want to get to is not always straight. This group, we know how we have to play. We know how, you know, we've played well in 3 of 4 games. We played one stinker. And yeah, we're comfortable going on the road.
That'll do it for sports. I'm Natalie Calabat. 8 News returns after the break.
New tonight.
Sea-Dog is here?
That's right. American Idol's Ryan Seacrest is here.
It's like my bedtime right now.
Plus, a Kimmel First. The very brave Gillian Jacobs gets pierced on Jimmy's couch.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy Kimmel Live. New tonight on ABC.
In Storm Tracker 8 tonight, the river is roaring and thousands of folks will head to the James River for River Rock tomorrow. A team is monitoring the water levels before all of those events. Nothing is canceled yet. You can check WRIC.com for updates on all the fun. John?
And the James River will go above flood stage this weekend, both at West Ham and at City Locks. Storm Tracker 8 weather alert tomorrow because we've got more downpours headed our way. Not as crazy as they've been in the past 24 hours, but still some locally heavy rain, 80 degrees for the high temperature. Isolated showers in the afternoon on Sunday, 87, and then you get your typical late afternoon, early evening showers and thunderstorms Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Hot and humid, temperatures in the 80s, a whole bunch of humidity out there as things finally start to dry out.
At least we're on the tail end of all of this.
Yes, and congratulations to all the graduates this weekend. I know it's a wet weekend, but a lot to be proud of.
And we thank you for joining us tonight for 8 News at 11 on this Friday. Have a great weekend. Good night.